Based on Robert Knuckles' novel The Flying Bandit, this movie is a bloated tale of Gilbert Galvan Jr., who used charm, wit, and costumes galore to rob 59 Canadian banks and jewelry stores in the mid to late 1980s before being caught. He holds the record for the most consecutive bank robberies in Canada. He has one unique thing, which is he never hurts anyone. His guns are never loaded, and surprisingly, he even becomes cordial with many of the bank tellers that he interacts with. So you can guess that this is a rather comedic heist takes place where no one gets hurt, and we already have some small affection for this pacifist criminal. This movie starts by leaning into the vagaries of life that lead Galvan into a life of crime, like a broken home, national economic problem, and changing world, and so on. But the movie then immediately follows up with him escaping from prison and absconding to Canada, learning to become a master bank thief. On and on it goes. The movie is whipping between these abrupt tonal shifts. The movie is hardly ever actually exciting and tends to lean into the interpersonal drama of the situation. Unfortunately, it never cracks into anything meaningful or compelling regarding these character dynamics. The film's relationships border on one-dimensional and are mostly boring. It cannot quite figure out if it wants to be a crime thriller or a crime drama, and by trying to split the difference, it fails at both. The movie wants you to believe there's some kind of moral underpinning to all this, while unfortunately there is not. It doesn't have the moral authority to preach about a broken economic system that causes suffering to those already hurting, nor does it have the courage to lean into criminal life. No one's born bad, but that doesn't mean the character is good either. The movie only has few moments that stand out because the film's plot is just too disjointed. At 2 hours of repetitive heists and costume changes, the movie grows bloated and progressively tiresome. The movie really bogs down in the middle acts and has missing pieces of the story puzzle. They grow repetitive, and as domestic life, police turf struggles, and routine settle in, the middle acts drag the movie to a halt. Most of the robberies are unfortunately wedged into a montage that's more concerned with showing off the funny costumes and various accents that he uses in disguise. The movie is based on a true story and real people, so eventually their life becomes increasingly risky and takes a turn for the dramatic. Unfortunately, the characters never feel deep enough to elicit emotion. The initial romance comes across as rushed, while the finale is drawn out as well. Overall, this movie is simply boring and overlong. We do not recommend this movie at all.